Mr. Todd-Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Councillor Martin Daly, for an excellent comprehensive overview of that position. I just want to expand on a few points. As it's very clear, if you read the motion carefully, we're not trying to prescribe policy in any way. It's quite clear in the motion that you want the Executive Council for Housing to bring forward a report to assess options, improving the operation and regulation of HMO in Cambridge, and regarding the planning aspects, the future options, including the target, the triggers, which Councillor Martin Daly talked about, should enable us to look at proposals relating to the forthcoming Cambridge Local Plan 2014 to 2031. So these are not, this motion does not outline things as set in stone. They're very much looking to open the debate and to bring forward proposals. Going on to a few other points. Oxford to refer to, and I know there are other cities where we've had examples of additional licensing proposals being brought forward. I believe in Peterborough, Reading and Swansea. Sometimes they're looking at a citywide approach, sometimes in certain areas. If this council could look at their best practices, they can be basic part of the basis of that report. You need an evidence base and not simply rely on perhaps some of the commentaries out of Oxford, which is that there are predictions about the additional licensing policy driving up the cost of rent or declining stock availability and reducing capacity in some data mode. That's not, as we know, come about. But we're not saying that means there's no problem. We do want it evidence-based, and that's essentially what part of this report would be about. A few sort of specific points. At the moment, the HMA policy, mandatory licensing is concerned relating to 3 stories and above. I believe that's a rather arbitrary sort of rule of thumb measure which relates to fire service regulation, and that to do with people who may have to vacate from a building in the extent of the fire from the 3rd story or above. So we cannot deny that there must be properties in Cambridge, 2-story or even single stories, that would need to meet those kind of fire regulations when we're looking at houses that otherwise would come under additional licensing regarding HMO status. In Oxford, they actually went through some stages in introducing additional licensing. First of all, looking at bringing 2-story properties into the equation, and then looking at properties where there are 3 or more unrelated occupiers. So there's no prescriptive sort of big bang approach to this. We can look at different ways of doing this, depending on what the report that we wish to see come about, what evidence that draws. We all know in our own wards, I'm sure everyone who's been canvassing hard to come across examples in this campaign of properties that are badly managed, they're not regulated, they're unscrupulous landlords, they're exploiting tenants, they're unsafe accommodation, and this has an impact not just on the people who are living in these properties, but in the local neighbourhood and the local environment. Surely we should prefer, and I'm sure good landlords would prefer, a level playing field, a proactive regime from the council ensuring inspection, proper standard, meeting fire and electrical safety requirements. Encouraging responsible landlords, I think, means encouraging responsible tenants, and they will be very much part of the community. Ensuring the safety, security and quality of life of both tenants and their neighbours. So, to reiterate, we're just considering what we're considering is requesting a report is brought forward, assessing the